Well, hello to all my retorts out there. It's another amazing episode of The Retorted Show, brought to you by the Working Perspectives Podcast. I'm Matt Lavelle, accompanied by the one and only Bern Podcast. On this show, we're going to hit you with some amazing, crazy, fun facts that you will love, guaranteed. We're going to check in with me and your boy, Benoit Pahoud, Bern Podcast. We're going to do a fast money / quick cash for my life. It will end if I lose. And then we're going to sprinkle in some comments left by our incredible listeners, and we're going to enjoy the hell out of it. Bern, are you ready to party?
I am so ready to party. This is the last week that I have to dominate 225 in the quick cash and send your marriage into the tubes.
Yeah,
and Maddie,
in with you, baby.
I love you to death, but I'm looking for a roommate. So let's get it done. Son.
Let's get it done. Well, speaking of getting it done, let's do it.
What the f***? That's the coolest story I've ever heard in my entire life.
Kill it and burn it. Who gives a f***? That was a killer, Daddy. That was a killer. I gotta let the blood rush to their head so they get discombobulated. So how is this guy? How is Dolph Lundgren not made a movie about this guy?
Why?
Nuts on the chin, Daddy. All right, are you ready for a comment?
Yeah, I mean, gotta let the people, gotta let them know.
Do you want to commence to commenting?
Let's commence the commence.
Very nice. Okay, Bern. Well, first comment. So let's do a little history. The first comment for this first comment sector comes off episode 322.
Ooh.
Episode 322.
Go back.
We're recording. This should be episode 420. Shout out to all my
son.
All the Smokies out there. Yeah, this should be episode. So almost 100 episodes ago, we did a show, and the main headline of the show, this is back when we were still doing the news, the main headline of the show was a Minnesota woman uses 15-year-old boys to get back at her husband. Do you remember this? This, Barry?
How do you forget this one right here?
I remember Steve was really excited about this one. So either way, the main gimmick of this was that a Minnesota woman was mad at her husband, so she slept with two 15-year-old boys to get back at him, and she wasn't bad looking,
They never are.
They never are. But they're never around when I'm there. Tell you that too. Either way, so Tom Davey 7628 returning retort. Tom Davey 7628, one subscriber, no videos. He left a comment on this episode. It said she got no jail time. That was the comment. She got no jail time. So lucky her. I mean, lucky those guys.
Lucky everyone.
If anything, it ruined them forever because they'll never have, as incredible sex story as this ever.
I mean, those guys are going to be okay. Is what I'm saying. Those guys are going to be okay.
Yeah. So, all right, Bern. Well, that's all for the first comment sector. Do you want to move on to some mystery, conspiracy, fun fact kind of gimmick?
Listen, I like them all.
All right. Well, have you ever heard of the 6'7" Nazi killing Viking with a peg leg?
No.
Oh, well, buddy, here we go. So, a 6'7" Nazi killing Viking with a peg leg. Enter Peter Froikin. He was Nazi clobbering dog sledding explorer that traveled into the harsh Greenland and North Pole regions. He hunted whales, bears, and wolves, making fur coats to survive the brutal temperatures. Once, he was buried in an avalanche for 30 hours. He carved a shank from his own frozen feces to dig out of the avalanche. After digging out, he was crawling back and got frostbite on his toes. He then amputated his own toes with pliers and a hammer. He eventually lost his leg and went peg leg for the rest of his life. He wrote books and won an Oscar in 1933 for the movie Eskimo. At the premiere of the movie Eskimo, there was a Nazi director there named Leni Riefenstahl, I think. It was Hitler's favorite director. They attended the premiere. Froikin flaunted his Jewish heritage, grabbed her, and put her over his head and spun her around while laughing his ass off. Then he went back to Europe and went to Denmark. He joined the resistance. He sabotaged a ton of Nazi operations and pissed off Hitler so much that they ended up capturing him, sentenced him to death. He then escaped where they had captured him from, went back to Sweden, and joined up with the resistance again. He kept killing Nazis by the dozens. Then the war ends. After that, he moved to New York City, married a super hot Vogue illustrator, and partied with Mae West. He would eventually die in Alaska and have his ashes scattered in Greenland. Shout out Peter Froikin, fan of the show, listener of the show.
What the fuck? That's the coolest story I've ever heard in my entire life.
So how is this guy? How is Dolph Lundgren not made a movie about this guy?
Why isn't my son's middle name Froikin? Like,
I don't Froikin know.
The amount of that he did with a peg leg, and let's not forget, in the 30s and the 40s, like, he's not rocking a Pistorius, like sweet prosthetic. It's a legit stump of wood that he probably.
It was legit like a leg of a table.
It was from a tree that he cut down himself and fashioned and measured, and then had to attach every morning.
This guy, he is the best. But Bern, that was the first fact.
That was
ready
awesome.
for That was a killer, Daddy. That was a killer. Are you ready for the second one?
I don't know. I mean, I guess. I don't know. That's the coolest story I ever heard. You really you set the table pretty high.
Bern, the movie Hook. You know it? You love it?
Yes, absolutely. Baby.
Did you ever notice the gruff, bearded pirate getting shoved into Captain Hook's boo box in Hook?
Yeah, I remember the scene, but I don't remember any detail from it.
Okay. Do you want to guess as to who the actor was that played the person getting shoved into the boo box? If you remember correctly, in the scene, right? It was Dustin Hoffman as Hook, and he's asked, he's like, I went and I captured Peter Pan and I took his children, and who didn't think I could do it? And everyone was quiet. And then he was like, you didn't think. And then pointed out this pirate and then shoved him in the boo box. And honestly, I still remember as a 6-year-old kid being like, whoa, this is a little much. So
very intense. Yeah, I remember the scene being very intense and being like, oh, this Hook guy is like, he's not just a bad guy. Like, he's a really bad guy. He's a real bad dude. No, I mean, I couldn't even. Laurence Olivier, I couldn't even guess.
Okay, Bird.
The fact that you're so elated, who could this possibly be that has got you this excited for this answer?
All right, Bird. Well, the bearded pirate getting shoved into Captain Hook's boo box in Hook. That was actually the legendary Glenn Close in disguise. Ever noticed a gruff, bearded pirate getting shoved into Captain Hook's boo box in Hook? Well, that's actually the legendary Glenn Close in disguise. Yep, it all started with a friendly visit. Close was visiting her friend Robin Williams on set when director Steven Spielberg playfully asked if she wanted a cameo as a pirate. Close, as always, was up for the challenge, so she enthusiastically agreed. Her transformation ended up being so convincing that even a crew member mistook her for a man and flirted with her. While it's a blink and you'll miss it moment, it's a testament to Close's kind of fertility and willingness to have fun with her roles. This unexpected cameo adds a unique bit of trivia to Hook and showcases Close's playful side, proving even acclaimed dramatic actresses can enjoy a bit of pirate fun. Boom. There you have it, Bern.
If you gave me 200 guesses
tough
as to who that was, I would not have gotten to Glenn Close. Now I can't wait to go watch that scene later on today. Did she have a blonde mustache?
Yeah, dude, she had a full beard. Oh, dude, it's a harrowing scene.
It is. It's one of the
Yeah.
more disturbing scenes of that entire film, and
Yeah.
there's only a couple weird ones.
I mean, I love that movie though. I can't wait till we do it on Ask AI.
When Rufio goes down, man,
Oh my God.
that was tough as a
Oh
kid.
God, I can't.
That was
Oh
tough.
my
That was
God.
tough as a kid, man. Rufio, Rufio.
Looky, looky, I got hooky. What a line. What a line.
You can fly, you can fight, and you can fuck my dick. Everyone knows that's what Rufio said.
All right, you ready? Let's keep it moving. Keep it on moving down the road. We're heading back to a comment. This comment, Bern, you're going to love to hear it. It comes from our boy Omni112. Shout out, fan of the show, listen to the show, return and retort. Absolutely love this guy. William Handy, 165 subscribers. Proud to be one of them. 8 videos. This guy is just great. I think he does stuff with planes. And I think he's in the military. But either way, awesome guy, great
hey,
member of the retorted community, and we love him to death. Bern.
welcome back, Omni, man. It's been a couple weeks. We miss you, man.
Yeah.
You always have something to add to the show, so I'm glad Omni's back in the mix.
So Omni left a comment on episode 417, Pulp Fiction versus Reservoir Dogs, and he put, hell yes, exclamation point. I am team Pulp Fiction all the way. Jules Winfield is a hot damn icon.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Yep, but you were wrong because you had Reservoir Dogs, and I dirt stomped you on that one, Daddy.
You didn't dirt stomp me, and I don't know if I was wrong, but I will say that Jules Winfield is probably the most iconic character from either one of those movies. It's Jules who stands out.
Yeah, it's pretty great. So, all right, well, let's keep it moving. That was the comment for that comment sector. I went first last week, so how about you check in first? Are you ready?
Ready to rock, baby.
Ready? Clock started. Go.
All right, let's see. The last week, what's going on? It's a lot of bat stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of bat stuff.
Totally.
There was a bat in the house, and it got everybody up in arms around 4 in the morning. We fought this bat vigilantly with hooded sweatshirts and tennis rackets, and it eluded us. Got away. Crawled under some shit, flew downstairs. The lights were off. We never found him. So we've been living on edge here for a little while. Cleaned the whole house, determined he must have found a way out. Until your boy is watching the wild card game last night. Not very exciting. The Rams are smacking the Vikings. Game ends. Literally turn off the TV. And I'm like, what is that thing army crawling across the floor? Boom. God. It's up. It's coming at me. It's a bat. Grab the rackets. Grab the trash bin. Chase this rodent back into the chimney. From whence it came. We're pretty sure that's from whence it came, where it's been hiding the whole time. Set up a lot of lights. Set up some spotlights. Wanted to make it very clear coming down the chimney was not going to be a great place to be for something that likes the dark. Made a bunch of phone calls today because bats are a protected species in the state of Pennsylvania. You cannot kill them. So I called 11 different exterminators today to say, hey, I have one bat. I know where it is. It's in the chimney. I can hear it rattling around. It won't come down because I've made it not that hospitable. No. And they told me, every single one of them, of the 11, told me, we do a thing called bat expulsion. We come to your house. We go through all your shit. We put up nets. We check your insulation. All the estimates start around $3,000, and we only do this in the month of July. So I could not find one person to come to my house and get a bat out of the chimney. Now, listen, they're probably fine, right? But on the off chance they have rabies, my mom's in her 70s. I don't want to get fucking bit or scratched. Like rabies shots are they're like shots in your gut, you know?
Yeah.
My kids are coming up in a couple days. So they're a protected species. And we're not allowed to kill them, but there's nobody who will come and remove them for you humanely. So we did the only thing we could. And we fired that fireplace up tonight.
Mm.
We smoked that chimney out.
Hmm.
And I don't know if he's gone at time of recording. Thought we heard him leave. We heard a bang on the flue about 5 minutes after we lit it up. But I got to go back downstairs after all this and sit in front of my goddamn fireplace and stare at it with a fucking tennis racket to make sure this bat doesn't come back. And if it does, I'm sorry.
Kill it.
State of
Kill it, bro.
Pennsylvania and
Kill
natural
it.
reserves. I got to kill it. But if I
Kill
do,
it.
Matt, you know what
Kill
I
it
have to
good.
do when I kill it?
What?
I have to kill it in a way that preserves its brain so they can study it to make sure it doesn't have rabies.
Kill it and burn it. And who gives a fuck?
If he decides tonight to rear his head, I'm putting it on my fucking mantle.
Goddamn right.
Sorry.
Goddamn right.
Sorry, guys.
Amen to that. Kill his ass. Kill him good. All right, Bern. Well, that was your check-in. Are you good?
Yeah, that was bat talk.
Bat talk. Thank you for that. All right, Bern. Well, time for you boy to do a little checking in. Are you ready?
Eddie, what's up with you? How you been? How you been, Matt? How you been?
I've been, I'll tell you, I've been better. Tell you, you know what I've been doing too? One thing, and I don't know if anyone else has done this or thrown this in. So I'll take my daughter down to my brother's house. Tom Lavelle hosts the Schmidt and Lavelle show, and she plays with my godson Mickey, and they have like a ton of fun. Right?
Second place finisher in the Road to Remo Road.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Tom Lavelle, he runner up to me in the Mario Kart challenge. I beat him. Maintain the rights to the show, obviously. But so one thing we'll do is we'll do a Grinch treasure hunt, right? Where I get a piece of paper.
You're still on the Grinch.
I mean, like it used to be just anything, but there's still like this Grinch thing that they like playing with. I don't know.
All right. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever dude. Whatever keeps them occupied as far as I'm concerned. So I'll take the Grinch, right? So this is what I do. I get a piece of paper and then I'll draw different things. I'll draw maybe like 11 different things. It could be a couch. It could be a bed. It could be a door. It could be the shower. It could be, the basketball net. It could be his baseball bat, his toy wrestling ring, whatever, right? And then I cut the pieces of the treasure map and I place them in those areas that when you find it, it leads to another thing, right? And then eventually leads to the Grinch. And let me tell you, I did this one time, and now it's every time.
It was the biggest hit in the entire world, and now you'll never get away from it for the rest of your life.
It's a Grinch hunt every time. But honestly, I kind of love it. But the thing I love the most is that my two nephews are totally into WWE. And when we go over there, my daughter gets in on it too. And it's just like a total, it's a I guess a no holds bar wrestling match. And I'm just like, I'm hitting back suplexes on these guys, AAs, power slams. I love getting them in the suplex and holding it up there. Like I'll hold it there for a while.
You gotta let them think about it. You gotta let them think about it.
I gotta let the blood rush to their head so they get discombobulated. And then my godson, he's hitting like frog splashes and curb stomps, and he loves the spear. So
I mean, listen, as far as like a pure move that's just based on like aggression and physical contact and not necessarily a ton of athleticism, it's tough to beat the spear, man. It's tough to beat the spear.
You know what's my favorite thing to do is we've been doing it is how you can throw him into the turnbuckle, right? I'd say we're throwing him in the turnbuckle and I just launch his ass into the couch from like 5 feet away.
Now, when they hit it, will they like play the game of just like, the turnbuckle?
Yeah,
it's so much harder than every other thing I've been thrown into.
It's
so
like, they're knocked out.
7 seconds to turn around and wait for this huge kick coming in my face. Yeah. My son, who I'm not a huge wrestling guy, but we're starting to get into it a little bit. I'm starting to get like re-into it for like the 5th time in my life, right?
Yeah.
I feel like every 7 years I get into wrestling. But my son now will just yell John Cena at me, and I will just go, and then whatever happens next happens next. Like, maybe he's kicking me in the face. Maybe we're going over a couch. We don't know. But like when he yells John Cena, I have to make the John Cena sound noise. And then whatever
And then
happens for
it's
the
on.
next 8 seconds is like, yeah, anyone's guess. And that's
And then you
pretty
AA
excellent.
his little 8-year-old ass and put him fucking down, Daddy.
Every time he's showing me his abs. I'm like, oh yeah, is that cool? Because I'm one hand pressing your. Yeah, you're 8 years old. You weigh 51 pounds. I'm one hand pressing you, and you won't know when I'm putting you on this couch, but I will.
Yeah, dude, I gave him the torture rack. I was killing this little 7-year-old. I beat the shit out of him, and I loved it. All right, loved it. Next comment sector. Here we go. This is from everyone's favorite Aussie, the great and powerful Miss Metal Sue Matthews, aka Alloy1100. She left a comment on episode 417, Pulp Fiction vs. Reservoir Dogs, and this is what she said.
Sheila.
She is the toppiest of top Sheilas.
Not even close.
Here we go. First comment she put, I saw Reservoir Dogs first. Absolutely loved it. The ending where he says, I'm a cop, then he gets shot. Wow. Then Pulp Fiction. Man, oh man. Bloody hell. What a movie. I love Quentin's style, the storytelling, the big stars. It's awesome. I, of course, love John Travolta. He is amazing. The scenes in that shop, the gimp, LOL. When Bruce Willis says Zed's dead, I actually met John Travolta in 2019. He came to Adelaide for Supernova, Comic-Con type of thing. He was just so nice, down to earth, chatty, and just such a lovely person. Had a photo with him. Really one of the top of my list out of all the famous people I've met. Hugh Jackman, he's also top. Great show, guys. Love, love, love. Can't wait for the next debate. Miss Metal.
Metal. That was you. You inspired this. Yes, you said Schwarzenegger versus Stallone, and we did it. But we took that. And we ran with it. And I'm so happy you enjoyed it and loved those movies. And I'm really happy that you saw Reservoir Dogs first. And now I know that you're like 3.5 to 4 years older than I am. Because that's really the only way that you do that, you know?
Just so you know, Bern, Miss Metal gave us the idea for Schwarzenegger versus Stallone and Pulp Fiction versus Reservoir Dogs, I believe. But either way, Schwarzenegger versus Stallone has 2,000 views, and we gained over 300 new subscribers from that idea. So Miss Metal,
easily one of the biggest episodes we've had since we started doing this 2-man format.
Since the Ask AI era, it's been the biggest one for sure. So, all right, well, that was the comment for this one. Bern, are you ready to put my life in your hands?
You don't even need to prompt me, Matt. I'm going to explain to everyone what's happening here. We're going to play a little game called Fast Cash. Got some stippies for you. Maddie's going to ask me 5 questions. All questions will have been surveyed by 100 people. I need to deliver 5 answers that equal 225 points. If I do so, Matt has to win his wife. How old is the baby boy now, Matt? About 5-6 weeks?
Yeah, he's like 5 weeks, 6 weeks.
About 5 weeks old. Matt's wife's going to ask for help one night. He is going to mutter under his breath, but loud enough for her to hear. And we'll continue to mutter until she hears it. Between the hours of midnight, 4 a.m., Corve Borlace, which means stupid bitch in her native language of Albanian. Yeah. This, of course, will result in the death of Matt and probably a divorce. And then your boy here might get a roommate. So I'm going to try really hard for that. This is also the last week. We have tried this 4 weeks in a row. If I do not achieve this tonight, then this will be the end of our Fast Cash Challenge. And next week, we will regale you viewers / listeners / fanatics with something new. So this is my last opportunity to ruin Matt's life.
Amen to that. All right, Bern, are you ready for question 1?
Can't wait.
Here we go. All right, question number 1. Name a way an egg could be prepared that also describes your boss.
Hard.
Name a kind of place where the rich and famous never have to wait.
Restaurant.
Name something you buy in a dark color because it hides the dirt.
Truck.
Name a kind of stick.
Drumstick.
Name an occasion when people might include some cash in a greeting card.
First Holy Communion.
All right, Bern, you ready to get some answers here, you big swinging pecker?
Yeah, I'm fucking ready, Matt. Yeah. What a travesty. I think you've been gaming this system the whole time. I can't wait to hear. What are we at, a fucking 71 here? Let's go.
All right,
go ahead.
you big pecker having son of a bitch.
What a joke. What a fucking joke.
All right, you ready? Here we go. Question number 1. I said, name a way an egg could be prepared that also describes your boss. You said hard.
Right?
Survey said 26. That was the number 2 answer. The number 1 answer was scrambled. Number 3 answer was fried. Bern, you want to know the number?
Wait, no, I don't. Did you say scrambled?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard anyone in your entire, you've worked in restaurants, you've worked in bars, you've worked in corporate. You ever go to work on Monday morning and like, oh my God, Jean's, she's so scrambled today. That's a fucking horse shit answer. And here we go. Maddie's going to save his goddamn mare. He's going to save his nuts. They're going to stay on his body. Scrambled. Listen, write in if anyone has ever described their boss as scrambled in the entire world. Go ahead. Let's go to number 2. This is a fucking joke right off the bat.
All right. Number 2, I said, name a kind of place where the rich and famous never have to wait. You said restaurant.
Right.
Survey said 74. That was the number 1 answer.
All right. Now we're talking. No bullshit.
Number 2 answer was bar/nightclub. Number 3 answer was stadium. Number 4 answer, Disneyland.
I mean, that one actually seems kind of fair. I mean, restaurant is obviously the one that we know is going to be accurate.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's always, I mean, look at you, you know. All right. So, next question. I said, name something you buy in a dark color because it hides the dirt. You said the truck, daddy. Survey said 29. This brings you to 129. That was the number 2 answer. Number 1 answer was clothes/shoes. Number 3 answer was carpet/rug.
You know what? Maybe I was wrong. Let me apologize because maybe I got a little too out of pocket on that first one. It's a terrible question. The next 2 have actually made sense all the way through. So maybe I was being a dick there. And if so, I apologize. Let's
all right, Bern.
Keep moving.
Well, thank you for saying that. It's very big of you. Next comment, I said, name a kind of stick. You said drumstick, daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. It's good for a musician. It's good for a piece of chicken. Yeah. I think drumsticks pretty common.
Totally. Survey said 0.
Fuck your fucking mother. 0. How many answers were there?
There are 5.
Okay, start with 5.
Number 5 was
what's 5?
5 was yardstick.
Cool. What's 4?
It just says of a tree/bamboo.
Are you of a tree? Of a tree. Of a tree. Unfucking believable. Unfucking believable. All right, go ahead. Next one. Of a tree.
Number 3
what are we writing
was
fucking haikus here?
Number 3 was hockey stick.
That's fair enough. All right, I'm not gonna be mad at hockey stick.
Number 2, pogo stick.
Is it? It's 1954.
Could be.
Were these questions asked in 1954? When was the last time you saw a fucking pogo stick? You know You know what?
You want the number
Fine.
one?
Fine. Yeah, I think no, but yeah, let me get it.
Number one answer, walking stick.
Over a drumstick.
Yeah. Not even
Thanksgiving,
listed.
fast food. Not even on the fucking move. Of a tree. Of a tree. You know, I'm gonna write a fucking poem to your wife called "Of a Tree," parentheses, Corvette Bortolace, and then we're gonna see what happens. It's gonna be beautiful. All right,
Yeah.
fine. So what do I got?
All right.
129 through
Yeah.
4.
129 through 4. Last
So this is
question.
impossible.
You
This is
need
impossible.
96 to win.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, name an occasion when people might include some cash in a greeting card. You said
Obviously,
communion.
First Holy Communion. That's when I got the most money I ever got in greeting cards.
Even more than confirmation?
I think so. Because by confirmation, most people are kind of out. You know what I mean?
They
Like
shouldn't
you're
even call
older
they shouldn't
now.
call them greeting cards. It's just say in a card. Because
That's
greeting card kind of puts it off.
to be
I will
fair.
say
That's
that.
how I look. That's how I looked at it. But by confirmation, you have like half a mustache, and you're already kind of a jerk off, and they know you're not that good at little league, and
No.
they're not willing to invest in you anymore. And I would have said
Yeah.
like a bar mitzvah, but I felt that was culturally appropriating. So I went with
Yeah.
the Christian version of that, which is First Holy Communion. So
All right.
it's got to be good
Well,
for 30 or
yeah.
40 at least, make it
So,
respectable.
yeah. Well, I'll tell you, survey said 0.
This is a fucking joke. 0.
0. You want
How,
there was 4 total. You want them? 4 total answers.
bar mitzvah.
Nope. Number 4 was
What
Christmas.
what are we talking about here? Christmas? From who? From who? Who gives cash as a fucking Christmas gift? I'd rather the fucking gift card, man. What do you wrap that up and put it under the tree? Christmas? Cash
Yep.
for Christmas?
Yeah. Number 3, graduation.
That's pretty good, actually. That's pretty good. I missed on that one. Graduation is a fair answer, and it's no communion, but
Nope. No.
but
2 was wedding.
First of all, marriage is a farce. It's a fucking joke. And take every dollar you make from that, take half of it, put it in your shoe, and bury it in the fucking backyard. Because 9 years later, you're not going to see any of it. You're not going to know where it goes, and none of it's coming back your way. So if you guys think that's a good answer, I got news for you. Ha ha ha. It's not. It's a fucking joke. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Number 1 was wedding, or number 1 was birthday. Sorry, no, it was birthday.
I want to argue with that so bad, and I can't. But I will say birthday's pretty good, graduation pretty good, first Holy Communion pretty good, bar mitzvah. I think from everything I've heard, and I'm not Jewish, but from everything I've heard, that's a fucking haul.
It's a cash grab.
It's a super haul.
Did you ever hear? Do you know Little Dicky?
Yeah, Dave.
Do you know? Yeah. Do you know he funded his first few rap videos from his bar mitzvah?
Yeah, brilliant. I mean, kind of a genius guy, Philly guy, Philly adjacent guy. And
I mean, hey, he's big enough now that they've adopted him. If he wasn't total Philly, but either way, Bern, we're coming towards the top of time. Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Matt. Yeah, fuck you, Matt. I had to fucking text my wife and tell her all this terrible shit that I didn't agree with. I had to tell her that she was a great mom and I made all the mistakes. And I wish her luck with Sammy's stash. And
Sammy Schwartz.
His goddamn kids slept at my house last weekend. And you.
How old is his kid?
They're 11 and 9.
So is your son getting along with them at all?
Oh, they're playing Roblox with them. They're super cool. Yeah, loves them. Can't get enough of them. Yeah, nothing I can do about it. And all I wanted was one little
All you wanted was a roommate.
domestic marriage. I just wanted a roommate, guys. I just wanted a roommate. I wanted to ruin Matt's marriage, and I wanted to move back closer to Philadelphia into I mean, obviously it won't be as upscale an area as Matt lives right now because that has to be gone. But maybe we could meet in the middle. And I had 5 shots at it. I never made it.
You gave it the old college try, Daddy.
I did. I did the best I could. I did the best I could. Also,
there you go.
He had the questions. He asked them the whole time. I don't even know if some of these, if I got all the number 1 answers, could have been 225. I mean, the fix might have been in from the goddamn beginning.
Who knows? Well, speaking of collusion, this has been another episode of the Working Perspectives Podcast presents The Retorted Show. In case you're wondering, you can find all our stuff and all our content on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. You know, us on Instagram at Working Perspectives Podcast. Join us on Twitter and TikTok at Working P Pod. And if you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email us at workingperspectives@gmail.com. Please like and subscribe. We'll keep bringing you this amazing content. Thanks so much for listening. We love you. Even though Bern didn't win, we still love you.
Still love you guys. Still love you.
And
thanks so much.
Yeah, I get to survive. So thanks. See ya.